Paul, welcome back for your second season in the Betfred Super League. You had a taste of it last year. Are you eager, ready to get back going again?
Yeah, it was for me personally, it was quite a successful year for me last year. So my family and myself, fitted in quite seamlessly, to be fair. So it was an enjoyable year, and we haven't been back home yet. So for us, we're ready to rip back into the season, and it's obviously a long season, but we're ready to get through another one and hopefully head back home for a little holiday next year.
Obviously, it didn't end the way that you wanted it to, but those first kind of 10, 11 weeks of the season, you really showed as a squad what you're capable of. What's the key this year to making that 10 weeks kind of last the full season?
Yeah, it was a pretty good start of the season last year, to be fair. I think we're playing some really good footy, and I think this year with Sam Burgess coming in, he's instilled a lot of discipline, and we're looking to be a hard-working team this year. And I think last year when things got a little bit tough, we sort of at times I think we sort of faded away where really we should be putting our backs up and wanting to embrace that sort of toughness of the game. And like you said, throughout the middle part of the season, things didn't really go away. I think we lost maybe 10 on the bounce, which was quite disappointing. But I think with the way and the things that we're sort of implicating into training this year, and obviously the start of pre-season last year, I think it's going in a positive manner with the way we want to play football this year.
You mentioned Sam Burgess, obviously the new head coach. We know what Sam was like as a player.
Yep.
Can you lift the lid a little bit on what he's like as a head coach?
I think he's really good. I think he communicates really well, and he still has that aura. I know playing against him back home, he was very intimidating, and he was just a ferocious competitor. And I think he's bringing that into training as well. So all the boys respect what he says. Obviously, he's done it. He's been there and he's played at at the highest level, and probably one of the best English players to go over to the NRL. He's had such a great career, so I think everyone wants to play for him. I think that's probably the main thing. You got a coach that you really want to sort of get out there and put everything on the field for. And I think we've got the squad. We've always had the squad, but I think the things that we're sort of, like I said before, putting into training, I think that's going to benefit us and sort of make us a little bit more of a tougher team.
Does it help you on a personal level? Do you find having a coach like Sam who understands your position so well, certainly understands life in the middle of the field so well?
Yeah, I think for me personally, I'm always trying to pick his brain and trying to get a little bit of his knowledge and how he used to play, because I used to sort of look to him as probably one of the premier front rowers in the game, and obviously he played locks. He was always in the middle and a little bit of back row, but it's always good to sort of get a different perspective on how other successful players play the game and what their sort of train of thought is when they're playing. So I like to I'm getting a little bit older now. I'm 33 this year, but I'm still learning a fair bit, which is probably one of the best things about footy. You never stop learning, and for me, I'm a bit like a sponge. I want to take in all the information that I can and to try and make myself a better player. And
on a personal level, obviously, the spot in the dream team last season, how satisfying was that to get something like that done in your first year?
Yeah, it was. It was really, for me, it was pretty special, to be fair. It sort of came at a bit of a tough time because I was at the club and we were about to appeal the suspension, and which was a bit of a tough time for me. And then I saw the email came through when I was at the stadium there, and it was just sort of, it was bittersweet because obviously I was so happy to make the team, but at the same time I was looking at 4 games on the sideline where we were playing finals. So I was sort of a little bit disappointed, but at the same time it was one of my goals when I first came over. I wanted to prove myself over here, and I thought, for the most part of last year, the football that I was playing was quite good. Had a few dips here and there, but that's what happens in the season, I guess. It's a long season. So for me, I just want to be consistent in my performances this year, and hopefully have another strong year.
And you added some muscle to that pack, the likes of Zane Musgrove, Lachlan Fitzgibbon.
Yep.
You must be really confident that middle unit, that pack unit you've got is going to be one of the best in the league.
Yeah, I think I'm a big fan of Zane up front. He's a really big, powerful bloke, and I think he's going to add a lot to the team, and he's training really well at the moment, so he's looking really good. Fitz obviously runs a great line, and he's been quite successful back home as well. So like I said, we across the board we have a strong pack, but it's just putting the consistent performances on the field together for the full 30 rounds. So I think that's something that as a team we have to try and sort out, and we're sort of we're pretty eager to put that on show.
And then in terms of pre-season so far, sharp and ready for round one?
Yeah, yep. You know, we had a pretty tough camp to finish off pre-season with Ant Middleton, which was, I think it was just, you know, really good to sort of look back, and it was, you know, obviously one of the hardest things that we've done. But once you look back and see the things that you've, you know, that you've put together as a team, you know, all the bonding, all that kind of stuff, that you build a lot of trust, and I think throughout the season it's going to be beneficial for us. And you know, pre-season is always tough, but I think this one for me definitely it's been up there, but it's been pretty rewarding, and you know, you want to put the effort in for it.
Well, best of luck this season, mate.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Nice one.